What's happening, fight fans? Welcome back to the MMA Mindset. Wolkernite Fight Championship 7 a month away now. This will probably be closer to being 3 weeks away when this is posted, but super excited for this fight card. Loads of top quality talent in terms of K1, MMA, boxing. We've got an unbelievable card to start the year. It's going to be taking us through the rest of the year with a lot of momentum, so make sure that you don't miss out on this fight card. Get your tickets, links in the description, or go through the fighters, please, and make sure that you're getting tickets through them if you can, just to get them a bit of exposure and show you support. If you can't be there, obviously, as always, livemma.co.uk for the pay-per-view. But like I said, make sure that you can get there for this one because it's going to be the best one that we put on yet. But without further ado, I'm joined by a challenger for the first ever title boxing match that we've had on the card. Harry Dunnion, how you doing, my man?
Yeah, I'm fine, mate. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, pal. I'm all right. Like I said, the first ever boxing title match that we've had
Yeah.
on Vulcanite. We've had MMA titles and stuff like that, junior MMA titles. But I'm excited about the boxing match. Obviously, taking on Curtis Page, someone that we saw a lot last year. How are you feeling? Obviously, 4 weeks out from the fight, are you feeling prepared and just ready to get in there?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'm not buzzing. Grateful for the opportunity as well. I know Curtis, he's a good fighter. He's fought two lads from the gym I'm training at. There was his first two fights, I believe. But no, I'm the best I've ever been. Cardio's mint. Hands are quick. Technique's great. Everything's coming into place. Ready for this one.
Yeah, and were you expecting the opportunity for the title fight? And obviously, I bet when it was offered to you, you jumped at it.
Oh, I don't expecting it at all. There's some great fighters in my gym. It's hard to get put up for these sort of fights, but I can't say no to a fight like this, and I'm more than ready for it. But we'll see in 4 weeks, will we?
Yeah, and obviously, like you said, Curtis had a really good year last year.
Mm.
He did he showed what he was capable of. Have you obviously seen a lot of his fights, and was there anything that you kind of pinpointed that maybe you could kind of exploit?
Yeah, yeah. I fought on Wolkernite 4,
Yeah.
and Curtis was on that one as well. He fought a fight straight after I did, and I watched that one, and he's you got to give him respect when respect's due. He's got quick hands. I like his aggression. I also like my aggression. So I think it'll be a clash of aggression, I reckon.
Yeah, and what Curtis has said to me previously is a lot of his fights have fallen through, and he never ended
Mm.
up really fighting the person that he should have done, and he was wanting this time to a step up in competition. And are you
Yeah.
happy that you're going to be able to give him that step up in competition and really put him to the test?
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah, absolutely. So he's coming to win. I'm coming to win. So it's gonna be a good fight, very good fight.
Yeah. And what sort of fight are you expecting? Are you kind of expecting you both to meet in the middle, or are you expecting more of a long drawn out fight?
It can go either way. I think round one always decides how it's going to go for me, but he's going to want the middle of the ring as much as I am. So I think it's going to be a battle for the middle, and then the fight will go from there.
And what are you sort of your training schedule looking like for the next few weeks? Are you sort of ramping stuff off, getting some sparring rounds in?
Yeah, oh yeah, plenty of that, plenty of that. We've up the session rates. We're doing 6 sessions a week and then a day rest. So and then it runs in my own time. Plenty of training. Uh, take Sundays off. But mainly, my main focus is speed and cardio. Would be my main focus. I like to say I've got a lot of speed, a lot of power as well. But I like to hit and not get it. I like the art of that to say.
Yeah, and obviously it's a new year. It's probably the first fight card of the year for many people. How
Yeah.
motivated are you? Obviously having some time off, a lot of people do over Christmas and New Year. How motivated are you to get back in there?
Oh, super motivated. I can imagine Curtis as well. We're both going to want to kick off the year with a win, so it's going to be there's going to be no tearing down this one. We're both going to go for it, I reckon.
Yeah. And what are your sort of plans for the rest of the year? Like I said, you're getting your first fight out there pretty quick. Are you wanting
Yeah,
to be active? Are you wanting to stay ready?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I want to. Speaking to coach, he reckons maybe between 4 and 6 bouts this year. He reckons, depending on how they go, obviously. But I reckon 4 to 6 fights for me this year will be quite good.
Yeah, and obviously this time, Vulcanite, the bigger story is the new cage that we've got. It's a bigger cage as well, so there's going to be a lot more room. What are the sort of differences in between? Because I guess in when you train in boxing, you train in a ring, and then when you're competing, you're fighting in a cage. Is that difficult at all, or is fighting no matter where it is?
Fighting's fighting. Ultimately, it's I'm not running, and he's not going to run, so I'm sure it's not going to be an issue. But the only difference is, I'd say, is you can't in boxing. You like corner. You get people in the corners a lot, and that's when you can really like thrive on your combos. But obviously, you can't corner in a cage. But I don't think it's going to matter between me and Curtis. He's not going to want to walk back, and neither am I. So I think it'll be met in the middle for the majority of the fight.
Yeah, and like I said, it's with it being the first title fight in terms of the boxing on the card and something that we really wanted to make happen. Is it kind of not so much an honor, but is it just really good that you've kind of been thought of in terms of, right, well, this guy we know can give Curtis a good fight, and we know that it's going to be competitive, and we know that on the night it's going to be one that we want the fans to tune into. Because at the end of the day, that's what we want. We want people to
Yeah.
tune in, watch your fights. Is that something that you want as well? You want people to be able to see your name on a card and think, yeah, I want to watch Harry Dunnion fight.
Yeah. It's certainly a privilege. I felt very privileged to be offered the fight because there's plenty of people that could have took the fight. Everybody knows that. So I think the only worry is maybe the same for Curtis himself is making sure everybody likes what they see. Because as much as you're doing it for yourself, you've also got to put on a good show so you get invited to more of these, more events, more titles, all of it.
Yeah, well, I think Curtis felt quite privileged to be offered the title
Yeah.
fight as well, because I don't feel like he was happy with the standard of competition that when he got like late notice replacements and stuff. I don't think he was too happy about that, and he wanted to kind of show himself a little bit more and maybe go into later rounds. We've not really ever seen Curtis in later rounds. Is that something that you're going to plan to exploit and maybe take him to those later rounds where we could really see what he's made of?
Oh yeah. I'm certainly not a pushover. I say if it don't go soon between either one of us, it's gonna be a long grueling match. Like, everybody wants to see a long grueling match, don't they? But I reckon if because I'm not going down easy and he's not going down easy, so I do see it lasting the whole bout potentially.
Yeah. And what sort of things, obviously you said cardio and your speed, but is there anything else that you've kind of nailed down and been working on over your time off?
I think the highest thing is my footwork. Sometimes in boxing you focus so much on your hands, you forget you got to follow up with your feet. And that can cost you a fight in so many different ways. So my footwork majority is what I've been working on.
Yeah. And how much are you kind of owing to your team at the moment, getting you through, getting you to this title fight, and how much you obviously should you win the title on February 22nd, how much are you going to owe to your coaches and your team for that belt?
Oh, everything. I won't be here if it weren't for Gav, who invited me to his gym when I did the white collar a long time ago. And I give it to the lads as well. I say two of the lads fought Curtis, and I have the privilege of training with them, who can give me my tips and tricks I need to go into the fight.
Well, it must be good having that experience to learn on people that have been in there with your opponent. That must be pretty good to be able to be like, right. So if when he's because it's a lot different watching someone fight as to actually being in there with him. So is that what you kind of been leaning on a lot, just asking a lot of questions and getting a lot of feedback from his previous opponents?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's they gave me obviously everybody changes as you train on, you change, but how they felt it went and how they felt he fought is obviously all you can go off. And then you sort of turn it into like a real life spar, like there was in that moment again. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
To try and
yeah.
get
And
a
what? Sorry, go on.
you like
Yeah.
that.
Where are you coming down from as well?
Scunthorpe.
Scunthorpe, yeah, because
Yeah,
I never really tell because like Scunthorpe's so close to like the Humber and Yorkshire, and that. I think we kind
yeah.
we sound quite similar. So I was like, oh, I didn't know whether you were coming down from Yorkshire. Are you getting some people down with you? Are you going to have some support there as well?
Yeah. Friends and family come in. Yeah,
Yeah,
straight.
and just lastly, obviously before we wrap things up, have you got a sort of prediction for fight ending? How you think the fight's going to end, or how you think it's going to play out?
Um, I certainly think I'm going to win. But I think I like to see. I like to feel out round one. Obviously, you can prepare as much as you want, but once you're in there, it's a different story. So I'll like to see round one out the way, and then I'll adjust my game plan from there. And if I feel like there's knockout opportunities, I'll go for him. Or if it's going to be a long ball, I'll play my strategies and play smart.
Yeah, well, I'm really excited for it because, like I said, it's good to see that we've got two really good, well matched guys as well. In terms of the boxing on this card, and yeah, it's going to be a fantastic fight, I'm sure. But Harry, thank you very much for joining me. I know it's late on and that, mate, but I really appreciate your time.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, not a problem. Like I said, links in the description. Make sure that you tune into this fight. Like I said, the first boxing title fight on Vulcanite, so history will be made. Whoever gets the hand raise on the night. But yeah, once again, Harry, I really appreciate your time. All the best with the rest of your training camp, and I'll see you on February the 22nd.
Thank you very much.
Nice one. Thank you very much, pal.